Hello and welcome to our daily sketching routine. It is Thursday, February 13th, 2025, and today's topic will be digitizing hand-drawn maps. And before we begin, welcome back if you are returning, and welcome if you're new to the channel. I sketch and post every day, and I use a timer to stay focused and to build a habit. I'll start a 10-minute timer. Today's video will be sort of quick, but what I'm going to do is take these hand-drawn maps that's in the world building notebook. I will link to yesterday's video because this week I'm doing a world building deep dive, and so this is about coming up with a map, and these are just test maps. And also I'll put this in the world building and the digital art playlist. I'm just going to take a photo of this because it comes out pretty good. I'm going to use Krita. If you want to know more about that, I'm kind of new to that program. I usually use Photoshop, but I'm wanting to just use some different programs, and Krita is free. The idea is that I'm going to make this into line art on the computer so that the black lines will be preserved. On this one, I'm going to do the same thing, but use some of the tools to kind of finish. Then on these, I'll just kind of play around with them a little bit. So it's not really going to be about actually working on the maps, but digitizing it. Alright, so I took a photo of the hand-drawn maps right here. So we're in Krita, and I'll post a link to my setup, what I'm using. It's my old school setup with an Intuos 4. So what I'll do is turn this into line art that the lines will be selected. Now, I'm still learning Krita. I usually use Photoshop, but I like Krita so far. I've only used it a few times, and there's different ways of doing this. This works. Also, there's good documentation for Krita, so that's like the best really to do. I wanted to do this for myself, but also have it for the channel if I ever need to have a video that could point people in this direction. Also, it's good to just kind of take things step by step because this is a world building project, so it's a pretty big project. So I'll start with this one, and also I'm going to use this for other things besides maps, so that's part of the experiment here. I just took a photo. It zooms in pretty far, so that's why I'm okay with that. As you can see, it's pretty high resolution really. The first thing is it would be good to duplicate it, and when I'm doing this kind of thing, like using a mouse is fine. You can actually do a lot with the mouse, maybe not draw very well, but see, I'm just going to duplicate just in case, and always save. And then the next thing is you could change it to so it's convert the color space right here. Again, there's more detailed instructions in the manual, but it's like the basic kind of same digital art stuff. So you can change it to grayscale if you want, and then we'll change it back again. So that converts it to that, and then bring up the levels. So I'm just going to eyeball it, push it pretty far so that it looks white. You could also put like a white swatch right here. It's alright. I'll just go this way. So the other thing is also the cleaner the black and white ink, like the easier it would be. That's something to keep in mind. So I'm going to push the black until the black lines actually look like one solid black line. And then once I have this, so Krita has this tool, I mean Photoshop does too, but it's where you pick the similar color, and when I click on it, because I had made it black and white, it picks all the black color, and it works pretty good so far. You can make adjustments and stuff, but I'm just gonna copy that. I guess paste will automatically create a new layer, I think. Yeah. So then I'm going to make another layer. I'll just turn this one off so you can see how it's transparent. So that's the line, the black lines. And on this layer I'll put white. I'll convert the image back to RGB. This isn't really meant to be a tutorial. I'm just kind of think there's better tutorials out there, and like the manual is good. So I'm gonna fill this with white. Some of the shortcuts are the same as Photoshop, but some of them are not. So yeah, that's the background. So that's the line work. And then I'm going to duplicate the line work so that I'll have it. So here it is at 100% zoom. The rough look, you may want this rough ink look. I mean, that looks kind of cool too, actually. But if you want to clean up the lines, at some point I'll work on making things into like vector, but that's in the future. So I believe this is the eraser. So yeah, I just wanted to show how you can actually do all the lines like this. It'll look smoother if you want. But it's also a way to just kind of shape the line, adjust it. So if you do that and zoom out, that's one way of doing the lines right there. Just erase it. Okay. So there's that. Let me do this run real quick and I'll fast forward it. Alright, so I did the same thing to this map, except that I got rid of I had pencil lines, so it got rid of it because it wasn't as dark. But on this one I wanted to show how you can also draw, basically. So you can also do this. Just use the brush tools. So yeah, I just wanted to give you some ideas. There's a lot of ways to make maps. I mean, this is just one of many. The other one is, I'm not gonna work on this. I can maybe sample the colors. So here's this one. I use markers. And so what I'll do is just sample some colors. So here, we'll go back to this one and I'll do another layer underneath that. So let's start with the ocean here. So I'll pick that color. I'll just use a marker. I still have to play around with all these brushes. Yeah, just to start with, I'll use... That's kind of cool. So obviously there's different ways, but this way you can preserve the black lines. You can also change the color of the lines since they are their own thing. So yeah, if you just want to play around, you can just do this. I'm just gonna pick a different marker real quick. So yeah, you can go under the line here. Then for the land color, so this marker is pretty opaque, and then this one is more transparent looking, smearing. That's pretty cool. So that's one way to make the colors sort of match, or just start with the hand-drawn map and just have like a color study right here. That's mainly what I wanted to go over today. Like I said, I'll also use this for other drawings. This is a way of getting or combining traditional and digital art, which I like both. So yeah, that'll be it for today. I want to thank you for joining me for our daily sketching routine, and if you like these videos, please support the channel. I appreciate it, and until next time, keep on sketching.